Okay, so you can see yourself there. I'm going to move it over here. It was a weird shadow yesterday, so there we go. Okay.
There we go.
All right, and it usually, oh, am I on the right one? Let me make sure. Uh-oh, I'm not on the right one. Hold on a second. Unless I hit the refresh button here. Sometimes I log on and I log up, to my, all right, we're giving everyone a minute to log on as I'm trying to pull up comments. And then this should show us the comments over here. Okay. This is where the comments are. No. Comments. Okay. Just go away. This should show us the comments over here. This is where the comments are. That's really annoying. I don't know, they're trying to sell me antivirus. But they're trying to sell me antivirus. It's taken away my mouse too, so. Okay, well, we'll just take that. Okay, hi everyone. Happy Thursday. And it's very wet out here in Goldy's farm. And oh, I gotta shut the sound off. Okay, hi everyone. There we go. Okay, there. Whew. And then this can come, trying a new system here. I'm here with the boat guy. You guys all remember Benoit. Well, you've seen Benoit on the camera. So he's going to answer all your questions on boat stuff. I got rid of the feedback. Sorry, I have the comments coming up on one screen here, and I've got rid of it. So, okay. Can you guys all hear me? All right. See, there's comments coming through.
Oh, I see.
Yes. And so today, I'll just get it out of the way. What happened today, because we were in court, as many of you remember. Today was a big court day. We weren't in court, it was a virtual thing, and it was not what I expected. It was basically to set, set the trial date for this trial, which I didn't realize. I thought it was going to be like the last trial, where you just go in front of a judge and they hear both arguments from lawyers, and only lawyers, and there's very few people in the room. But it's not. It's going to be a 2-week trial. This is with a jury, and they're going to hear. I can't even believe that I'm involved in this. But we are the defendants. We're not driving the bus here. There's going to be a jury. It's going to cost. I have no idea how much it's going to cost. A lot. Just the thought of paying to have our lawyer there for 10 days is frightening, but whatever. So it's going to be a 10-day jury trial, and with a judge and a jury, and it's scheduled in February. And the judge wasn't even there today. It was just making the date. So I had a chance to talk to our lawyer quite a bit. Sorry, I'm getting rid of things and I feel like our case is really strong. It's just that I don't want to spend all that money. I don't want to inconvenience 12 people to listen to a dispute that can't be resolved. And we're the defendants, and I have to just keep pushing forward and defending myself. So, or not actually, I am named on it, and Carlene is named on it at this point. It started with against us. I think this is, if you guys correct me if I'm wrong, it was 25 motions against us, and it was Goldy's Farm, Equine Rescue Network, Janine. Oh, there, it's back now. Sorry. Okay. Now it's back. I actually had to touch the router. Maybe I should put it right next to the router. All right. Okay. Where were we? So yeah, we are. So it's the beginning of February that we will be back in for our jury trial. So, and that's all we did was just set the date. There was talk of another mediation session, which we've already been through, but I'm willing to try again. And I feel our case is really strong, but we'll see. So anyways, that's what happened today. For everyone who's asking who is the guest, this is Benoit.
Yeah, I'm Benoit. Nice to meet you. Never met any of you yet, but thank you for having me today.
He's here because he has the boat. And you want to tell us about the boat?
Yes. So Janine last year was really gracious, and the entire foundation was very gracious to extend me a spot to restore a lobster boat. The situation was that the boat is quite large and big, and it was very difficult to find a place to accommodate the length of the boat.
How long is it?
38 feet in length, 12 in width, and under the water there is about 5 feet, and it will be about 12, not finished, likely over 8 feet above the water line.
Okay.
So the boat should be in the neighborhood of 20 to 25,000 pounds when finished.
25,000 pounds?
Yes, and it should be able to accommodate to actually everybody here is invited for sure. It should be able to accommodate comfortably on the back 12 people. And it's being made into a picnic boat. The only goal of that boat is to be safely on the water and be able.
Oh, louder, please.
Yeah. The only goal of the boat is to go on the water and safely accommodate 12 people to have a picnic and enjoy their day on the sun. There is no other purpose to that boat but that.
Yeah. Well, the good news about the picnic is he also cooks. So. He makes really good crepes, and so he'll be actually making the picnic food, and he'll be the captain of the boat, and the rest of us will all just show up. You're all welcome to come.
So I see that some people are asking, yes, you're welcome to come to visit, and yes, will we go lobster fishing? So I need to double check the rules of fishing here on the North Shore, but I do believe that I'm allowed to have 6 lobster traps without having to purchase a professional fishing license. So information to be verified, but likely okay. I would like to go lobster fishing.
But if you catch lobster, I'm going to make us put them back.
Okay, if you catch lobster, we keep them back.
I'm going to wear my Save the Lobster t-shirt.
Save the Lobster t-shirt. But we will practice. It will be fun. It will be really fun. But the boat is, someone were asking earlier, when will it be finished? Well, because I was over-enthusiastic, a little optimistic, and I had a little injury during the winter. So I'm hoping for the boat to go for a sea trial. It will not his finished version, but I'm hoping for the boat to go for a sea trial in July. And that is the time where it will have all the structure in place, all the electrical, the hydraulics, the propulsion system, the transmission, the shaft, the propellers, and except the aesthetic and the finishing touch. All the part of the boat should be in place, and we want to do a sea trial because it was extensively remodeled, and we want to make sure that it's properly balanced. That is important into not so much about its stability, but about its performance, meaning that by balancing the boat better, it is more efficient to plane, which means raising above the water in an even fashion without having the nose going up or the nose going down, and to make a comfortable ride. So at the time, if there is some modification to do into the weight distribution, that's the time to do it. That's the purpose of the sea trial. Nowadays, maybe I talk too much. If it's the case, interrupt me. And nowadays, with the modern technology and the software we have pretty good model and pretty good prediction of the behavior of the boat. So we like to believe it's going to be pretty balanced to start with.
Yeah.
That being said, it's always, I'm an old-fashioned person. I like to try things instead to look at digital predictions.
I was just wondering if it's a sea trial, can we still have a picnic at the same day?
Yes. You will be able to have a picnic on the same day. You might not have hot water in a shower, but
No, I'm not planning on.
but it should be able to perform properly. And I think it's going to be fun. We're going to have to come up with a name. Right now, it's under the name Jericho, which was I used to have a horse when I was a child, and that was the name of the horse. But in order to please the Coast Guard, we give him a temporary name, but the final name has to be decided. And there is plenty of adventure happening here in Goldy, so I'm not sure of this. And you're all very welcome to suggest names and see what happened with the book.
So that's the excitement of. It's really been interesting to watch. Like they brought it all the way down to the. I mean, they threw everything out in the boat. Everything, and now slowly watching them build the foundation, the frame inside the boat, and he had to have a naval architect.
We could post a video maybe of the inside. I could post a video about the progress.
It's pretty cool to see the inside. That would be a good idea because it'd be fun to see the finished result and realize what's underneath all. I never thought about what's underneath the structure of a boat, but it's all special wood and
material.
So. That is, Benoit and I have known each other for 10 years. He used to volunteer as at the Equine Rescue Network out at Meredith. He fed the horses. He has a background in, like growing up, as he said, it was on a farm, and his dad was in the horse business.
In the horse business, he used to trade horses quite a lot, we had a lot of horses at home, and he bought horses and sell them. I mean, he was in the trading of horses. Quite in a large volume.
So, but he doesn't seem to. He does more boating stuff than riding stuff.
At the moment, yes. But I haven't said my last word on the riding part. But at the moment, boating is indeed.
He's done a lot of. He used to do sail racing. Sail racing on those big catamaran sailboats and things like that.
Not necessarily, mostly monohulls, but.
What's the difference?
One have one floater, the other one has two.
Okay, monohulls.
But no, anyway, yes, I like to sail a lot, and that's it.
There's something. So many people working on restoring boats. There's Seymour. Well,
many people at the moment. I have a wonderful assistant. His name is Carlos.
Carlos,
He's a wonderful person. He is extremely competent, extremely strong physically, because those panels we are moving are quite heavy. Some of them are 180 to 100 pounds a piece. And we need to lift them to 14 feet in the air, so by hand. And cut them, so Carlos can handle them without a sweat.
Carlos is big and strong.
Big and strong, and it's a wonderful person to work with. And because of the size of the place, more than two become a little problematic, even though few. As needed, we're going to have more people when it's going to come to the finishing and the paintings to go faster. But at the moment, because of the difficulty we have to move inside the boat, and the two is plenty.
So are you going to pull it out into the courtyard and paint it there?
Well, it should be a pretty big production day coming up soon, because the boat arrived and was put on stand, and then since then we slide underneath an alignment table. So the boat is on a table which allowed it to be aligned and straighten up in all sides and directions. Because it's in poles, we can adjust as needed, so there is no whip. So the boat is perfectly aligned and horizontal in all directions. On the boat, in case you never thought of that, there is not a a zero line, you know, so you need to create an artificial line to be your point of reference, and everything is designed based on that. And so anyway, the point I'm trying to make is at one point, the whole engine was taken out and was completely rebuilt and restored during the winter. And we went to check it 2 weeks ago, or 10 days ago. It's running to perfection. Next week, the transmission should arrive, and then we're going to have to reinstall the boat, the engine and the transmission into the boat. So the engine about the size of a car, and maybe a small car, but still the size of a car. And we are going to need a big crane to
Are you going to pull it out to put it in? Or
yes, we're going to have to, for a couple of hours or so, we're going to pull it out into the courtyard. The crane going to drop the engine in.
Okay, so
we're
what
going to
day?
bolt the engine.
So people would like to watch that. What day are you planning?
I don't know yet. I don't have the exact date, but because we're still waiting on the transmission, which is new and it has not arrived yet.
Okay.
But when that happens, we will post it ahead of schedule. It's going to be a production.
Okay. All right. So I will post that out when it's time for that. The next step.
But I have plenty of assistants. I was looking at the big mule back there, and the big mule seems to have an opinion how it should be about me.
Yeah.
One of the ponies that escaped the other day, and the
donkey.
The donkey escaped, and he was definitely completely interested.
And
I've completely saw he had some say about it, and. And the dogs are absolutely delightful in the morning. Because
and the best part is, so is Carlene. So Carlene, he entertains Carlene.
Yes.
Because you might have wondered why Benoit has his boat here. Some people have asked in the past, does he pay rent? No, he does not pay rent. He pays a monthly donation to Goldy's farm. That's the way we roll around here. And he also, in the contract, which we don't even have a contract, we have a handshake, is that he has to give this monthly donation to Goldy's farm. He has to bring my mother coffee on every morning that he comes, and he's taken a week off from his regular job to work on the farm on the boat. So my mother's gotten coffee every day. He doesn't bring my coffee because it's so complicated.
I have to say I've yet to learn what type of coffee. Janine is drinking. This seems complicated.
He brings my mother coffee every morning, delivers it, and says hello to my mother. She makes her very happy. And then once a week, he's supposed to take me out for a real meal, and anybody else that wants to go. So sometimes we go to the pub and have fried clams. But if anybody wants to go, we're all going to go out and have. That's the arrangement that we've had since last year, and it's worked out really, really well. It's been beneficial to everybody, and it's nice because for my mother and camera people, it's just more action going on in the farm. Like, people coming in with a big boat. It's interesting to see. So, okay, I'm seeing a bunch of questions coming in about cameras and Elizabeth. The cameras are, they should all be up. I'm not aware of that they're not. The Elizabeth is more than welcome to come on to mail call and do, she is not excluded by anything. She's focused on Meredith. So there's a lot of moving parts that have been happening kind of behind the scenes. And Elizabeth is now, as you know, Equine Rescue Network is, I've transferred Equine Rescue Network to a woman in Wisconsin who runs that page and does all the rescues. And I just do Goldy's farm 100% every day, 7 days a week. And I'm back. Nobody's at Meredith anymore. So Elizabeth, she has a horse out there. There's a handful of animals out there. And so she just does Meredith. And over the winter, it was a really rough winter. And as I explained the other day, it was exhausting for Elizabeth and Nick, so they've just kind of backed off from doing the farm work, and so that's where we're at. So she's, you'll see her down here. She and Nick are still around, but I'm running Goldy's farm. She's running Meredith. I know she's doing a couple little rescues. She's got a couple rescues out there, and so. It's all working nicely. So, she may decide she wants to do milk. It's complete, whatever Elizabeth and Nick want to do, it's completely up to them. I don't think Nick wants to do the cameras anymore, because managing the cameras are a little bit of a pain in the neck. So, I'll transfer that back to a responsibility that I once did and passed over to Nick. But I also want to make sure I did a post the other day and I forgot to thank the camera people, Kim and Joe, for all their work and moving the cameras around all the time. So appreciate that. And then there's 3 people out at Meredith that are still out at Meredith. They're working for Elizabeth out at Meredith. They go there 3 days a week. And that's Coral, Cindy, and Pam. They've been our volunteers Pam's been around since the Service Dog Project. They all prefer to be out at Meredith because it's beautiful out there. And they have a little, girls club. They have coffee in the morning and they really enjoy their time out there. So, but when we were doing Equine Rescue Network and everything else, it was great. But now they're, and Pam and Coral were part of the board, but now they're transitioning on to other things. And because it's not as fun, because I'm not going to be rescuing animals and I'm not going to be using Goldy's farm. And that was a decision based on the simplicity, because last year was a lot of work and a lot of crazy construction and getting everything ready. And this year is really like, it's the go time, where we've got a very busy schedule, a lot of projects coming down the pike. Need some committed people that really are on board for just Goldy's mission, and we're not going down to New Holland and rescuing animals anymore. Elizabeth wants to do that. She's on her own ticket now. So, so that's all I've got going on. All right. So how's Angus doing? Okay. Yeah. So, I've been a little bit, I haven't talked to Fred and Michael in about a week, but, I did see that you're right. It is Angus' second birthday today, but Angus he's got a fantastic life. So I'm sure every day is fabulous for that little guy. So I'm not even worried about it. And I'm sure. I assume that Angus is going to be back down in South Carolina next winter, because I don't know if if I've announced this before. They're closing on this. They bought the property across the street, and they're closing in a couple weeks on that property. So they're going to be neighbors. So I'm very excited about that. And Angus will be a neighbor. They'll go down for, I think they may make that eventually their permanent. I don't know what they're doing, but Angus will be down there across the street. And so that's all I've got going on. And I just brought the horses in. The turkey, of course it's raining. It's the last day that I want to deal with a downed turkey, but the turkey was on the other side of the stone wall at the top of Chaos Hill, kind of couldn't get up. So I had to go up there with a rope and help him up and down the hill. So if you just asked what I was doing with the rope and turkey, that's what I was doing. And again, it's just he's just so big. He's so big. I don't know what to do about that, but he's a big turkey. Are there any, whenever we go to Aiken, we'll enjoy Elizabeth and Nick very much. They might come back, I hope. Yes, it's completely up to Elizabeth and Nick what they want to do. So if they want to help out here, there are no, what I've done is there's no requirements on them, because, before they were helping out with my mother and all this other stuff. And I've basically said to them, you guys have a lot going on. You do you. You do you. And they're moving some chickens, and I had to be a little insistent about moving some chickens where the chickens need to go, because I put in that new chicken area. Chickens need to go there. Dogs need to go over here, because we are going to start using the A field in the back, and I need to block it off so we can always put either the herd, or, I can walk down there with the ARC people or seniors and, go for a walk on the property, and I don't have to deal with all of her dogs right up against the fence. So I've been insistent on to move the dogs. So it's been a little bit of a rocky road, but I think we're making good progress of getting all of that put into place. And I see Bella's online, and Bella, I hope you're excited about the Salem hospital work, because that's definitely on a go. I've been super busy for the past week, worrying about what I thought was going to be the case. I thought they were going to get into details with the judge today, but we didn't. They just gave us a number of mediation, like, go try one more time. So I was very worried about that, preparing all the documents and everything else. But I am moving forward with the team from Salem 5, so that's going live in June. All right, any other questions before I go get my fried clams? I think that's all. All right.
Oh yeah, no, I need a question.
What?
We need to pick up a color for the boat, so
A color yeah.
scheme. So
Okay.
anybody has some suggestion for a picnic lobster?
What colors were you? Because I know, but tell them the colors you're thinking about.
So it was either this Tiffany blue for the hull.
Okay, number one is Tiffany blue.
And the other one, I wanted to do something most like the Hermes color, which is off-white, the whole orange, the Hermes, the Hermes.
The orange, Hermes orange.
Orange
yeah.
Hermes, and a lot of leather and wood.
Yeah, that does sound kind of nice.
And yeah, because like it would remind a little bit of the animal and the farm.
Yeah.
And if not,
you talked about rust at one point too.
yes, it was this between this Bordeaux red color and rust color. This is in between color with a little bit more gold and brass.
Yeah.
So anyway, anybody has some suggestion? I'm taking them.
All right.
That's it.
So when we get closer to that, what will you rename the boat?
Well, that is.
That's.
We are taking suggestions.
Yeah, we got some suggestions on the boat. Not that we have any say in it, but
maybe
to come up with a good name.
We propose a list of all the.
Yes.
Of all the potential names and.
Because I feel like Goldy's Farm has had a big stake in
yes.
building this boat, and so.
We come up with a plan.
Yeah, so you guys are saying Nick and Elizabeth are no longer with Goldy's. No, they live here. They live at Goldy's Farm. That has not changed at all. Elizabeth is on board with Meredith, and Nick works. And so, yeah, you'll see them around here if they want to be. They'll be down at the barn. Nick and Elizabeth have goats in the barn. There's the ducks in the duck area. They've got the goats up by the yard cam, so you'll see them around. They're still living here. Yeah, they're definitely someone wants green too, by the way. They're still living here. So, what do you prefer to keep? Answered about my mom. What about my mom? I missed that question about my mom. My mom's downstairs. She's doing mail call tomorrow. She did not come on the. Because that's she didn't come to the court today because she's overwhelmed with all the paperwork. That's what she said. And she did go on the job today. They had a job over in Salem. She and Judy went on the job, so she was kind of tired. And it's raining. She doesn't like to go in the rain. So she is, okay. Who will be caring for her after Judy retires? That is a really good question. So if anybody wants to volunteer, that will be I'll be hiring someone to fill in some of Judy's role, because you remember Judy splits her time she tracks her time between the time she's off doing jobs for Goldy's Farm and the time she's taking care of Carlene. So we need someone who's we've got Justin who really steps up to the plate too. So yeah, we are going to be looking to staff that. Judy's retiring in beginning of June. Beginning of June. She's given a full month notice, and it's been, I'm not allowed to share her age, but I was shocked when how old she is. But wait a minute, I'm shocked at how old I am, and shocked how old you are. But
thank you.
She's really,
thank you.
when you
nice.
look at Judy, and sometimes now that I know her true age, because I thought she was 5 years younger than she, now that I know her true age, and I go to jobs with her, I was jobs with her all week, and someone says, "Is that your sister?" And I'm like, she should be my mother at that age. But yeah, no, she looks fantastic. But she's definitely, she's well beyond the retirement age. And I don't think she really wants to retire, but she's got some health issues, and she needs to take medication. Nothing serious for her health issues that will prevent her from, she doesn't want to be around a lot of crowds and be close proximity to people.
Oh, I'm from, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
I'm from France originally.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about you came over when you came over and?
Yes, I came in this country a long time ago. In 1993, I live in short. I live in Atlanta for 10 years. I went back in Europe for a little short of a decade, and then came back again in 2008, and I've been living here ever since.
And he lives in Marblehead.
I live in Marblehead on the North Shore, not so far away from here.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
So, and he works. You want to talk about?
Yeah,
he has a job.
Yes.
And it's not boating.
I do have a job, and I'm a biologist by trade, and I do a lot of genetics. I do genetic for two things. I do genetic for people, and a lot of cancer diagnostic, as well as genetic for research into DNA sequencing. And I run quite a big analytical center or analyst center for clinical work. And I also have, which has nothing to do with the operation here, I run a project which is helping animals and endangered species, where we map their genome, and we are learning a ton of things about animals, because their genetics is teaching us a lot of things. They have adapted in a different way than we have, and they have a lot of phenomenal tricks which will be beneficial to everyone would we understand how they work. So that's one of my second hat, and the second.
So that whole side of the genetics, if you get him going on it, it would be a whole separate mail call, but it's super interesting in what he does, and it's a
genome research.
It's super. He's a PhD in biology.
Yeah, molecular. Yeah, biology.
So yeah, but if you ever want to know anything about it, it's really interesting in all of the stuff that they're doing at his work. But then his work is not that part of the genetic stuff is not. He also runs a wine business.
I do have that on the side. Yes.
Yes, he runs a
one import and distribution company.
Yes. So that's why he's so busy, and that's why he has that big white van. Is because sometimes it's full of wine.
Yes.
So you see me staggering out of the van. That's why.
Okay.
So if you guys want to learn more about genetics, we can schedule a little
call. We can talk genetics and animals.
Yeah.
And,
but you have to start. There's a story that you tell of how it really impacts humanity, and some of the really cool things that.
We could absolutely do that. I would love to.
Yeah. So that'll be some mail call. And yeah. So right now, just to wrap up, nothing's really changing around here other than everything. We're still getting sued by the Service Dog Project. Cameras are, other than the sound's gone from the cameras, because I can't be, I keep screwing up on that. And, I think that's a good idea. And I really apologize that we have to shut it off. But it's caught me too many times. So maybe when I go back to Aiken, you guys can turn the sound on. I think that's all I have for today. Carlene and Justin are on for tomorrow. Mail call's still going to be every day. If Elizabeth and Nick want to do a mail call, that's good. Michelle wants to do a mail call. Maybe we can get her to do one. But we'll continue to try to give you an update of everything that goes on every day at 5 o'clock. Some days we got a lot going on, and other days not so much. So, all right. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, and it's time for fried clams. Yay. All right. Bye, everyone.